Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, you know I come back with that second video just to make you think. Now guys, why did the people vote for Biden and how did he get into office? And I'm not talking about the New World Order's plan. Of course, I'm going to talk about that later. But why did the people vote for Biden? That's right, Obama. They're really voting for Obama to be in office. Now, how did Trump get into office? Obama, guys. Remember the birth certificate? Remember the Barry Santero? Remember, guys, the NWO works off a plan. Let's listen. I'll be back.
While on the helicopter, that our president has finally released a birth certificate. I'd want to look at it, but I hope it's true.
I think a fair statement. If your name is Barack Hussein Obama, you had to have liked politics in order to get into this office.
Your response?
Well, that wasn't his name. His name was Barry Soetoro, and that was his name, and he changed his name to Barack Hussein Obama. And, you know, it just shows everything about this man people don't get. And, you know, there's an incredible statement. He makes that statement. And frankly, you know, it would be okay if he didn't make the statement, but he made the statement, and his original name was a very different name.
Well,
The only record of Obama having attended the school is this old register. And look, it lists his name as Barry Soetoro. That's the name Obama took from his Indonesian stepfather, Lolo Soetoro. Lists his nationality as Indonesian.
Finally tonight, a personal take on Indonesia, where President Obama lived as a boy in the late 1960s. A production team from the international news website Global Post visited Mr. Obama's old neighborhood. Ray Suarez narrates our story.
In the open-minded boy who, as the biggest kid in class, protected smaller students. It's a trait, they say, they see in him as president.
Dia sama saya tuh kalau menurut teman-teman dia tuh suka melindungin saya.
He liked to protect me because I was small, just like in the picture, and he was big.
Dan dia kalau mungkin ya dulu
When, for instance, my classmates would tease me, he was the one that would always defend me. He liked to protect people, so maybe, since I was always being teased, that is why he liked to play with me.
Makanya dia main sama saya gitu.
So as President Obama makes his homecoming, his old friends will be watching and listening. They say they're proud of Barry. They also say his time growing up in Jakarta makes him a stronger president.
We know that he continues to do business with China because he's got a secret Chinese bank account. How is that possible? How is that possible? A secret Chinese bank account. Listen, can you imagine if I had a secret Chinese bank account when I was running for re-election? You think Fox News might have been a little concerned about that? They would have called me Beijing Barry.
We have begun to drain the swamp of government corruption by imposing a 5-year ban on lobbying by executive branch officials and a lifetime ban. Thank you. And a lifetime ban on becoming lobbyists for a foreign government.
It is this belief that you are secretly saving the world from this satanic cult of pedophiles and cannibals. Does that sound like something you are behind? Or
Well, I haven't heard that, but is that supposed to be a bad thing or a good thing? I mean, you know, if I can help save the world from problems, I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to put myself out there. And we are, actually. We're saving the world from a radical left philosophy that will destroy this country. And when this country is gone, the rest of the world would follow. The rest of the world would follow. That's the importance of this country.
Now, Trump ran on draining the swamp, guys. Now, you know I've done plenty of videos. He was not draining the swamp. He was filling the sewage. We know his whole cabinet was a part of the old order, guys, Rothschild agents inside of his cabinet. But the masses don't read. So right now, to this day, guys, they still think Trump was trying to drain the swamp. We have Trump giving the illusion that he destroyed the old order, and we have Biden coming in to create the new world order, move us over into the fourth industrial revolution. But not only do we have that, Biden is not a part of this picture, guys. Remember, he's just another Reagan. But we have Kamala Harris sitting in the passenger seat, riding the beast, guys. And let me give you something to think about. 4 years passes. We have Trump. We have all these people thinking he's the savior, that he's the greatest president ever, comes back for a second term. And the New World Order is already setting it up because you can already see it. They're setting it up, guys. Remember what he said. I won, and I won big. Remember, I keep telling you to save these tweets, these messages, because they're letting it out early. And guys, we know in 4 years, we're going to be in a whole nother different world due to technology. We know they're working up in space, virtual reality. So do not fall for the illusions.
Well, it's easier to be a parent this morning. It's easier to be a dad. It's easier to tell your kids character matters. It matters. Telling the truth matters. Being a good person matters. And it's easier for a whole lot of people. If you're Muslim in this country, you don't have to worry if the president doesn't want you here. If you're an immigrant, you don't have to worry if the president's going to be happier to have babies snatched away or send dreamers back for no reason. It's a vindication for a lot of people who have really suffered. You know, the I can't breathe. You know, that wasn't just George Floyd. That was a lot of people that felt that they couldn't breathe. Every day you're waking up and you're getting these tweets and you just don't know. And you're going to the store and people who have been afraid to show their racism are getting nastier and nastier to you. And you're worried about your kids and you're worried about your sister. And can she just go to Walmart and get back into her car without somebody saying something to her? And you spent so much of your life energy just trying to hold it together. And this is a big deal for us just to be able to get some peace and have a chance for a reset. And the character of the country matters. And being a good man matters. You know, I just want my sons to look at this. Look at this. You know, it's easy to do it the cheap way and get away with stuff, but it comes back around. It comes back around, and this is a good day for this country. I'm sorry for the people who lost. For them, it's not a good day, but for a whole lot of people, it's a good day.
The White House has been trying to put this controversy behind it as quickly as possible. Van Jones's resignation came in the middle of the night on a holiday weekend. This is not what they want to focus on here.
I'm Van Jones. I'm the special advisor for green jobs.
His job was promoting green jobs, but what Van Jones did before he came to the White House cost him that job.
You've never seen a Columbine done by a black child. Never. They always say, we can't believe it happened here. We can't believe it was these suburban white kids. It's only them.
That rant, derogatory comments about Republicans, signing a petition claiming government officials had prior knowledge of the 9/11 attacks, were all fodder for the right.
He is an avowed radical communist, revolutionary.
Jones says he was a victim of a vicious smear campaign, but couldn't ask colleagues to defend or explain his past. The president, according to a spokesman, doesn't endorse Van Jones's words or actions.
He doesn't, but he thanks him for his service to the country.
Let's move on.
Jones has been a distraction from what could be the critical week for health care reform. With his poll numbers down, the president will take the dramatic step of addressing a joint session of Congress to turn around the debate.
Committee will please come to order. Judge, tough day and tough night for you, I know. Let me ask, do you have anything you'd like to say before we begin? I understand that your preference is, which is totally and completely understandable, that we go 1 hour tonight, 30 minutes on each side. Am I correct in that?
That's right.
Do you have anything you'd like to say?
Senator, I would like to start by saying unequivocally, uncategorically, that I deny each and every single allegation against me today that suggested in any way that I had conversations of a sexual nature or about pornographic material with Anita Hill, that I ever attempted to date her, that I ever had any personal sexual interest in her, or that I in any way ever harassed her. A second, and I think more important point, I think that this today is a travesty. I think that it is disgusting. I think that this hearing should never occur in America. This is a case in which this sleaze, this dirt, was searched for by staffers of members of this committee, was then leaked to the media, and this committee and this body validated it and displayed it at prime time over our entire nation. How would any member on this committee, any person in this room, or any person in this country would like sleaze said about him or her in this fashion, or this dirt dredged up, and this gossip and these lies displayed in this manner? How would any person like it? The Supreme Court is not worth it. No job is worth it. I'm not here for that. I'm here for my name, my family, my life, and my integrity. I think something is dreadfully wrong with this country when any person in this free country would be subjected to this. This is not a closed room. There was an FBI investigation. This is not an opportunity to talk about difficult matters privately or in a closed environment. This is a circus. It's a national disgrace. And from my standpoint, as a black American, as far as I'm concerned, it is a high-tech lynching for uppity blacks who in any way deign to think for themselves, to do for themselves, to have different ideas. And it is a message that unless you kowtow to an old order, this is what will happen to you. You will be lynched, destroyed, caricatured by a committee of the U.S. Senate rather than hung from a tree.
And guys, you just listened to Van Jones put on one of the greatest acting jobs you ever seen. Now, Van Jones spoke the truth, but we all know he's trying to pull the heartstrings of America. Now, we know Joe Biden is not going to do anything for anybody. Hasn't done anything in 46 years. He created the crime bill that gave blacks and Latinos life sentences for nonviolent crimes. So we know he created the crime bill. Remember, I did a video on that. Van Jones was in the White House after he got busted for telling the truth. And we know what happens when you end up telling the truth. You get fired, and he resigned before he did get fired. Because basically it was a distraction to the Obama campaign. And who picks him up? That's right, CNN. Now we have Clarence Harris speaking the truth about the public lynching. We know that's what they use TV for. I don't care what color you are. That's what it is used for. Malcolm X advises that no athlete, no actor, no actress can be your leader. Why? Because they are getting paid by the people that are keeping their foot on your neck, which makes common sense to me. And y'all have a wonderful day.